Primary care provider at Iron Direct Primary Care, exercise science specialist, and tennis professional. Today, I'm going to tell you my story of how I cured tennis elbow naturally. It starts back in college. I was playing for UCF tennis team, and I had tennis elbow terribly. Every time I played a match, my arm felt like it was going to fall off. My arm was weak. I couldn't serve powerfully. I was eating ibuprofens all the time, icing my arm constantly. I tried everything, literally everything. TENS units, that silly like strap thing for the elbow, the flex, the TheraBand. Nothing helped. Heck, even one of my peers gave me a narcotic medicine, and well, that helped temporarily, but obviously you can't use that long term. Managed to get through college, but after that, I kind of put the tennis racket up. So what is tennis elbow and lateral epicondylitis? So from Up to Date, which is kind of the standard medical literature that we go to in medicine, we want to find out what a problem is, we go to Up to Date. And it describes that it's kind of a disease of the novice player. So they relate that it doesn't really happen in pro athletes or athletes with good techniques. It doesn't really apply to me. I'm a professional tennis player. I play at about an average 10 UTR rating. I'm a 5.0 USTA. I've played since I was 7 years old, been trained by some of the best coaches in the world. My technique is good, so that doesn't really fit me. Other reasons for tennis elbow can be comorbid conditions, diabetes, over age 30, those who play a lot. Doesn't really apply to me. I mean, when I was having the tennis elbow, I tried to play as little as possible. I played matches, I played on the tennis team, but I wasn't playing all the time. I wasn't the varsity player, I was a club tennis player. So what are the conventional treatments for tennis elbow? Basically, rest, ice, ibuprofen, steroid injections. I did all these. I did the stretches, I did the flexor and extensor muscle development. I did the whatever this thing is, the flex bar. Nothing helped. So, after I graduated with my sports and exercise science degree, I quit tennis. I didn't play. I just focused on work. I was an emergency room scribe, and I was a personal trainer at LA Fitness. I just did that for pretty much a whole year as I applied to medical programs. Finally, I got in, and I went to Massachusetts to start my training to become a PA. In Massachusetts, I lived right across from 8 beautiful red clay tennis courts, and I really couldn't pass that up. So I picked up the racket and went back out there and started playing. And I met a naturopathic physician named Dr. Christopher Deszinski. He played on the tennis courts there. There's a picture of him. He was a huge Nadal fan. He always wore the headbands, the racket, everything Nadal. And I told him, I was like, look, Chris, I can't play much with you. Sorry, I have that bad tennis elbow. I can maybe play like once or twice a week. And he's like, just cut out the gluten and nightshades. I was like, wait, what? The what you want me to cut out? And so he said, yeah, just cut out breads, pastas, alcohols, avoid nightshades like eggplants and tomatoes. They're inflammatory, and cut out seed oils. And I kind of like laughed at this when he told me this. I was a conventionally trained PA. Well, I was in training to be a conventionally trained PA. And I thought I knew real medicine. I pride myself on evidence-based medicine. And I looked up and Up to Date, and I looked at the literature, and there was no dietary recommendations for tennis elbow. I was like, preposterous. Absurdity. Diet doesn't play a role in disease. After all, this is an orthopedic condition. I need a steroid injection or something. Maybe I need what's it called? The regenerative injection, stem cell therapy, something cool like that. But my arm still hurt. I didn't have money for getting regenerative medicine. So I like, all right, I'll give it a try. I'll cut out the gluten. And sure enough, my elbow pain went away. Within about 2 weeks, the inflammation went down. And I was like, it must be a placebo. Let me have some bread again. Pain was back within a day. And I did it again and again. I tried beer. Maybe, is beer different? No. Beer, I was in tears. I woke up at night. My elbow pain was so bad. And I was like, wow, there's something to this. And, I really thank Dr. Deszinski for giving me back my tennis career. And such a simple little suggestion as cutting out inflammatory foods. I learned so much more than just tennis elbow from him. I learned about Lyme, autoimmune diseases, vitamins, electrolytes, the functional medicine approach. I learned about fasting to enhance autophagy, eliminating toxic seed oils. Learned a lot about the propaganda in medicine, nutrition, and science, how a lot of pharma drives a lot of these studies. He taught me also about how the soil is depleted of nutrients, and if we want to get the right nutrients, we have to focus on an animal-based diet, getting organs back into the diet. I had been so focused on conventional medicine, trying to get into a medical program like a PA program, that I had forgotten a lot about how important a holistic approach can be. Um, but my parents, they also believed that breads were good, grains were good, vegetables were good. So even though my parents were very holistic, they really didn't know this either. Um, but following Dr. Deszinski's advice, it gave me back my tennis career. So I did graduate from PA program, and I competed in the North American Medical Tennis Championships in 2018, and I won this event. I beat um, all the allied health practitioners, physicians, pharmacists, physical therapists. I won. I was the champion, and these were the experts in the U.S., perhaps the world, on tennis elbow and orthopedic injuries. Some of them had even written the up-to-date and had done a lot of the studies on this. And I told them about my story. I said, I can cut out gluten and alcohol and my tennis elbow's gone. But if I introduce these things again, these inflammatory things, my pain is back. And they were perplexed by this. They really didn't have an answer. They said, oh, it's a disease of the novice. It's your technique. But here I was defeating many of them. I said, it was not my technique. And I saw some of them also had tennis elbow. So there was something here that we were all missing. And really, I'm quite positive that it is the inflammatory foods and that nutrition can change diseases. So what does my diet look like in preparation for tennis tournaments? So basically, I'm on an animal-based diet. It's very low inflammation. I'm 70% is from animal source foods. So we're talking red meats, turkey, some chicken, a lot of eggs, organ meats, so liver, bacon. That's pretty much my diet throughout the year. But specifically for tennis events, I can't drink any alcohol, no breads. I have to be very strict. But I do need carbs. I found that to play at a high performance level in tennis, I need carbs. So throughout my matches, I am eating pineapples, fruits, honeys. I think these are amazing for the explosive energy that I need. And I'll even allow myself some non-gluten processed carbs. These might not be ideal for a diabetic or someone trying to lose weight, but I need that explosive energy. I need those extra calories. So I call them fat bombs, is where I'll put actually butter on a non-gluten cookie and I'll eat that. They're highly calorically dense, but it works for me. I also don't consume a lot of veggies. You may have noticed there were no veggies on my list here. The soil has been depleted through topsoil tilling and so forth. So there's really not a whole lot of benefit I see to consuming veggies unless you can get them like regeneratively grown. Where they're coming from. You trust the source. Then veggies may be a benefit, but for the most part, most veggies are depleted of nutrients. So I don't see much of use for them. And although I don't personally find nightshades inflammatory, I don't see the point in consuming something that might be. So, learning about tennis elbow and personally being affected by an inflammatory condition where conventional therapy failed me really opened my eyes to what am I actually doing in medicine? What am I learning here? And that's one of the big reasons I started Iron Direct Primary Care. One of my huge focuses here is focusing on nutrition, getting the right nutrients back into the diet, eliminating the inflammatory things. So I counsel all my patients on some of these basic things. Eliminating the seed oils. They're highly toxic. They oxidize. They're highly processed. Just get them out of the diet. You'll find your skin improves. You start feeling better. I think these even contribute to cardiovascular disease. I have whole YouTube videos on that, why these may be contributing to a lot more disease than we're aware of. Breads, glutens, I think so many more people have problems with these than we're aware of it. There's of course the conventional diagnosis of gluten intolerance or celiac disease. These are very small proportion of the population that get these diagnoses. I think a lot of people suffer with inflammation from these. So for example, I didn't have celiac disease. I had tennis elbow, and it was from gluten. I repeated the test over and over again. It is from gluten. I'm 100% certain of that. I cut it out. I fixed it. But this leads me to think, how many other problems are affected by what we eat, right? IBS, brain fog, psychiatric disorders, depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. I have a lecture on psychiatry and nutrition coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. We're unfortunately not going to get a whole lot of studies on this for a variety of reasons. You can see my lecture on lipidology and why we get a lot of these vegan propaganda and these seed oil propaganda, where this all originates. It's a very interesting story how we came to the conclusion that seed oils are good for you and veggies are healthy for you and grains are good for you. It's all propaganda. It's not true. We're not going to get studies that reverse this anytime soon, I see, because pharma can't make a profit off of cutting out gluten or cutting out seed oils. Right? You can't make money off of that. So we're not going to get the studies on it, because studies are driven in large part by pharmaceuticals. But I know these basic principles are true, and these are some things that people can easily implement in their daily life, just cutting out some of these toxic foods. If you'd like more detailed analysis and kitchen or nutrition inventory, you want to come to Iron Direct Primary Care. This is where we really take a root cause analysis at your problem. We try to figure out what's been going on. You can't figure this out in conventional medicine, because you see your doctor for 15 minutes and then you're out the door and they have to see the next patient, and you have to see 30 patients a day, and you have to basically turn patients out in a mill. And that's why I created Iron Direct Primary Care, because I want to talk to the patient. I want to figure out what's going on. I want to come to a real solution. Maybe it involves medication. Sure, there's a place for that in medicine. But at the mainstay of therapy in medicine needs to be nutrition. It needs to be looking at the exercise, their biomechanics. Of course, the novice tennis player can injure themselves with poor mechanics. That's why I'm also a tennis coach. I train people on proper mechanics all the time. But a lot of it is dietary, and the things you're consuming are driving a lot of the inflammation. So that's my story. That's where I really came on this journey. I think it started with my tennis elbow. That's really where I had my awakening. And I thank Dr. Deszinski a lot for kind of awakening me on my journey to this. And really, it's just been a learning continuum ever since then, where I'm constantly researching literature, trying to figure out what's going on in medicine and how I can leverage this knowledge to help my patients get better, reverse their diseases, and live a healthier life and achieve optimal human performance. Case in point, myself. I didn't consider myself a sick person, but I was sick. I was suffering with inflammation. Maybe I'll put up some pictures of what I looked like back then, but you could see the inflammation in my face. I was not healthy back then. I was stressed. I was living in a cold climate in Massachusetts where I wasn't getting enough sunlight. I was eating seed oils, gluten. I was puffy in the face. I had acne everywhere. And you could see the inflammation in me. And now I feel great. I'm playing at a high performance level. I recently won a tennis tournament. I got no pain in my elbows. And I took a comprehensive analysis of my nutrition inventory. So I hope you all enjoyed this lecture. Looks like my video froze here. And check out my YouTube channel, Iron Direct Primary Care, and stay tuned for more of these sort of videos. Thanks.